uploads the Excel sheet and converts into an app. We see that. And once we have an app, what is that we need to know? We need to know what is the table. We need to know what is a slice. We need to know what is a UX, which is a view, and we need to know what is an expression, which is helps you to build any formula if you require. Okay. I'll just take a quick break here to see if there are any questions before we proceed to the demo. Right? Any questions here before we proceed to the demo? Okay, great. Let
Sir,
me start.
what will be the
Yeah.
difference between means normal app means code platform through coding and no code? Is there any major drawback or means what is the major difference?
Yeah, one major difference I would say is like let's say I'm building an app with 3 people who are coding, right? So the skill level of what I code, what I write in the coding has only be verified with lot of testing. Unless until I test all the 100,000 possibilities that the app will not crash, I cannot make it launch. And for me to verify that every developer has understood the requirements and build the app and test it thoroughly, it takes like too much of cost and time for us. I cannot launch the app. Though I know it, I cannot launch it. But
Yeah.
imagine if I have uh, a tool like this app sheet. What app sheet does is it uses all the APIs in the below, right? In the background, in the lower level. So it removes all the coding errors. It removes all the testing errors. It removes all the errors. So either I build the app or you build the app or anyone builds the app, it's the same API, same structure, same kind of format, right? So it removes a lot of administrative issues that come, or the knowledge issues, the skill issues, the dependency issues that come typically in building apps, right? So there are a lot of wonders that you can do with no code.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. The demo, now I open the forum for questions. So anyone has any question, please open your mic and ask so that we can have a very good discussion on questions.
So Microsoft Power Apps also works like same way initially
No,
also.
Power Apps are different. Power Apps work in a total different way. You need to have a setup. Power App works with Azure and Dynamics. So unless until you have the environment, it will not work.
Okay. Is there any like what is about the charges, sir? Can we do it for free or
Yeah,
paid?
typically when you build a first app, you can actually run it for your own personal use. But with that personal use, obviously, when you try to do things for free, you will lose a lot of things, right? Why would Google give anything for free, right? Just think
Okay.
that way. Okay.
Right, right.
Uh, but the basic price is like $10 per user per month.
Okay.
But imagine the $10 per user per month to the overall cost that you might spend on your project. Like here, you have not purchased any software. You have not purchased any kind of infrastructure. You have not purchased any server. You have not purchased any antivirus. You have not purchased anything. Everything is taken care by Google, and you're just paying $10 per user. That's the
Right.
benefit you get
So
right away.
when you say $10, it's from the end users on the app. So assume that you made some app which 100 users are using, not your internal company people, but somebody external 100 people are using. So we'll have to multiply it by that.
Yes, typically that's how it works. But in such cases, what we can do, we can reach out to the team because we are partners for Apple. AppSheet. We can help you get a better price on that.
Okay.
But the beauty here is it's only a direct cost. That's it. You're not having any indirect cost. Most of the
Yeah.
time when you build apps, yeah.
So
Yes, sir.
assume that I'm building an app for one of the clients who is a restaurant. Okay,
Correct.
and say so something, whatever the order comes and lands on their spreadsheet or wherever. And if he has some 200 customers, then we'll have to multiply it by. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
In this
typically
scenario,
that's
it
how
becomes very
Google
expensive.
works.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's how typically Google
Mhm.
works. But there are other ways where we can do it, and we can help you on that. No problem.
Okay.
And those are the typical kind of support we provide working as partners for Google AppSheet.
Is there any app which we build through this is appearing on the Play Store? Like all these apps we build like this will appear on the Play Store.
Yeah. You can go and search. Let me go to. See, most of the time, these apps are guarded with something called as NDA, right? So that's the reason we will not be able to demonstrate all of that. But one app I'll try to show if that app is accessible. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, you can search for an app called Hunar Hut. This was done by us. So this is still active and it's been functioning. We have launched this app 2 years ago, and this is still working.
Okay.
Okay, so but there is a process for you to launch apps on Google Play Store, right?
Right.
And this is how you can install. Go over here. We have done a lot of customizations for them, and we have launched the app. So this is what we do as part of the project works. That's one thing. I would like to also show you one more thing. I just want to take a 2 minutes break. Anyone wants to ask any other questions about the app, about the demo, you can ask now.
Mani sir, I want to install and try 1 or 2 apps which are created through this app sheet.
Yeah, please go
Yeah.
ahead and install that Hunar Hut that is already there.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
install that, and it's already on the App Store. So you can install from
Anything
the App
on your
Store and you can
website,
check.
sir? That one also I want to install.
Yeah, that also you can install. That automatically runs on your browser service. So you don't need to install anything. Just click on it, it runs.
Okay. Hunar Hut, we need to install it, right?
Yeah, because it's a end delivery that has been given from Google Play Store, right? Okay, so this is what we have seen in the demo
Mani
today.
sir, just one more question. Let's
Yeah.
say, if I create the link for the customer to download the app from my website.
Yeah.
Okay. So can it be, similar to Hunar Hut kind of app?
Yes.
Or it will run only through the browser?
No, it will run through Hunar, the kind of Hunar Hut kind of an app. It installs its own client and it can run. No issues on that.
Okay. It will install, no? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. After this, I think I'll have a discussion with you. I'll have some.
Sure. Definitely, we'll work on it. Yeah. And this is how you share the app links, which I have already showed you in the demo, and we have tested it, and it works. It's very easy and very simple. And that's the question. And last, what I want to share is like we are again hosting Amplethon 2021. This time, not only AppSheet and Microsoft, we're also trying to invite a few other players in the area of AI, in the area of blockchain, in the area of analytics, uh, and also about chatbots. A lot of other partners, we are trying to invite them for the hackathon. So keep tuned, don't miss on it. It's going to be wonderful to learn about NoCode. That's all from our side today. So if you have further questions, I'm here for the next 10-15 minutes. We can discuss, or else we are good to close the session.
Sir, there are other no code platforms are there like Bubble or there
Correct.
are some other. So what will be the difference for like where the difference came related?
Yeah, the reason, see, over the last 4 years, we have researched around 200 plus no-code platforms, not few, 200 plus, which are available in the market. But out of all, only two partners are very strong. One is AppSheet from Google and Power Apps from Microsoft. The reason is in AppSheet, every data transaction that you do is controlled and monitored or orchestrated. If I would like to use a technical word, the orchestration of the data or the control of the data is all through Google APIs. So there is very limited chance that your app is at risk, or your app will crash, or your app will fail, or someone can get into the app and take all the data, right? So there is very least chance it can happen. If something has happened, it means like Google has compromised the credentials of Drive, APIs, and all, which is never going to happen, right? And Google has that financial muscle to ensure nothing goes wrong with their products.
Right.
Same way, Microsoft. In Microsoft Power Apps, you can bring in a lot of office automation. Like 80% of the work in Office is typically done in PowerPoints, typically done in Word documents, typically done in a lot of publishing tools, a lot of Outlook, especially all the tools of Outlook. If you want to integrate, then you have to go with Microsoft Power Apps. Because Microsoft Power Apps, the moment you have a team, minimum of 50 or 100, that's when you can maximize from Microsoft Power Apps. If your team size is less than 100, Microsoft Power Apps is like, this is too much of cost for the business. They cannot afford it. Definitely, it is going to be a huge cost. But for Google, until 100 users, you can happily go and use Google no code without any issue. Both things work for Microsoft and Google. The data security, the privacy control, the legislation, all the rules, everything is taken care. Now, coming to Bubble and other kind of solutions, those are all script built solutions, which means they have used more interface like a native JS or a React JS or a Node JS. I'm sorry, I'm just going a bit technical here, just to get you the difference. So what happens over there is it's only a user experience that you gain much better in Bubble and other kind of solutions. But it doesn't help you that kind of consistency and persistency of data, access, control, and security. These three things are a bit questionable and people can hack into those solutions. But these two solutions are not that easy to hack, and you know the Jains, they take care of the maximum
Right.
precaution. Even if you lose your Gmail password, there's a whole lot of process to recover your Gmail, right? So that's level of security is built into Gmail, and that you might not have seen in Bubble. Maybe it's there, I'm not sure, but we still suggest if you want to build or you want to you are looking to grow yourself as a developer of no code, then this is the best area. These are the two areas where you can venture.
Okay, thank you. So what about analytics of the, like suppose if we come up with the app, what about analytics side?
Yeah, there
There
are a lot of other functions. Analytics is there, audit is there, security is there. But see, over the last 4 years, the way this platform has grown, and Google is investing into it, is tremendous. Like you will also see a lot of bots now. Now a lot of bots are available. A lot of automation is available on this platform. So a lot of things can happen, right? So yeah, it's not possible to cover all of that in a workshop,
right,
but
right,
definitely because that needs more technical understanding and more a bit of focus. I mean, you don't need to have the technical skill, but you need to have that focus to understand how it works. Like for example, you understand, right, how Gmail works, right? At a very
right.
high level, you have to go to a browser, you key in your username, password, then if it's correct, it allows you. If it's not correct, it doesn't allow, right? So this is the basic functionality of Gmail. Like the same way, you need to understand certain fundamentals, then these things can be easily understood.
Got it.
And you need to do a lot of practice on understanding how this entire thing works. So that's
Right.
another important aspect of it. Okay, so that's all from our side. Any